for you today. This is the cigarette tube injector made by Bugler. It's nice. I like to use it on days that I'm not just making cigarettes and filling up my box. I like it when I'm on a cigarette by cigarette basis. Just put it in here quickly, make one, smoke it. A couple hours later, make it, smoke it. You can see it's in the closed position. It comes with this plastic stamper tool, which is nice. Opens up the lid. Here's the slot to put the tobacco in. The nozzle that your tobacco tube will go on. This is actually pretty simple to use, but it does get some getting used to. You have to. The more you use it, the better you'll get on how much tobacco to put in it, because sometimes it can rip the ends off if you put too much tobacco in there. And you'll be able to tell by the resistance when you're actually making it. But first, let's put a little bit of tobacco in here. I'm not putting too much in. You can use the stamper to pack it down in the slot here. Of course, making a mess, going all over the place. Of course, I like to use the edge of the stamper to gather it up. You can get some here at the end. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to put the tube on before you close the lid, because there's this little slot on the lid. You can kind of see it here that will hold the cigarette tube in place. You close the lid, and then this part you can keep it on the table and hold it and push it back, but a lot of people like to hold it in one hand and then grip the lid here and pull back. And then you pull back forward to open it, and you have a made cigarette. You can kind of trim off the excess there, and then pack it down, and you now have a perfect cigarette made with the simple Bugler injector. These usually run about anywhere between $4–6, depending on the brand. I had a top one, which worked pretty well. I wasn't very good at it because it was the first one I ever had. But since I picked up this one, I've looked up more information on just little tips and tricks on what to do. A good tip is to actually have some tobacco in the nozzle here. That way, when it injects it, it actually puts it all the way down to the filter. So you don't want to put too much in it, because when you're pulling it back, if you find a lot of resistance, it's tough to pull back. Don't put as much tobacco in it. Make sure you not fill it up so much, because that is what gives off the really bad resistance. You have to, if you find yourself like having to force it, having to manhandle it too hard, you're filling it up too much. You don't want to fill it up too much. Just can't really tell you amount. It's just something you have to play around with, experiment with, see what you like, see what's good for you. See, this is stiff, but the more you use it, it actually will slide smoother. So that is the Bugler injector. Hope you've enjoyed it.